Good evening and welcome to Brookwood Elementary's Veterans Day program. We gather here today to honor and thank all of America's veterans. Please welcome the Lake High School Soundwaves as they sing a patriotic melody.
Please join us in singing after the choir sings it the first time through.
Every heart beats true, neath the red, white, and blue, where there's Scott Key saw the American flag waving in the breeze after the defeat at Fort McHenry. The sight of our flag standing tall in the aftermath inspired him to write a poem titled Defense at Fort McHenry.
Later, this poem was set to music and the name is changed to the Star-Spangled Banner. On March 3, 1931, Congress proclaimed the Star-Spangled Banner. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Please remain standing. To help school children honor America and the flag of the United States, Francis Bellamy wrote the Pledge of Allegiance in 1892.
Some words have been added since the original pledge was written. In 1954, President Eisenhower encouraged Congress to add the words, "Under God," creating the 31-word pledge we say today.
We welcome the Scouts from PAC 957 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas flag pledges.
Please place your right hand over your heart for the United States pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please be seated.
11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the world rejoiced and celebrated. After 4 years of bitter war, the Allied powers signed a ceasefire agreement called an armistice. This action brought World War I to an end.
November 11, 1919 was set aside as Armistice Day in the United States to remember the sacrifices that our armed forces made during the time of World War I.
In 1954, President Eisenhower renamed the day Veterans Day to honor all veterans who have served in our country.
In Flanders Field is a war poem written by a Canadian doctor, John McCrae, on May 3, 1915 during World War I after presiding over a funeral of a fellow soldier. Dr. McCrae wasn't satisfied with what he had written.
He threw it away. The poem was found by his men and has become one of the most famous poems of World War I.
In Flanders Fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the lark still bravely singing, fly scarce heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, their poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
Veterans Day is always observed on November 11th in honor of all veterans, but particularly those still living. President Woodrow Wilson originally established this day as Armistice Day in 1919. Later, President Eisenhower signed a bill changing the name to Veterans Day.
The little white table we are setting for Veterans Day is just like the ones that have stood across America in the dining halls of the armed forces since the Vietnam War ended.
The tables honor the men and women who served our country, especially those missing in action and those held prisoner of war. We use a small table to show one soldier's lonely heart, lonely battle against many. We cover it with a white cloth to honor a soldier's pure heart when they enter our country's call to duty.
We place a lemon-sized and grains of salt on a plate to show captive soldiers' bitter fate and the tears of families waiting for loved ones to return.
An empty chair at the table is for the missing soldiers who are not here.
We lay a black napkin for the sorrow of captivity and turn over a glass for the meal that won't be eaten.
We place a white candle for peace and finally a red rose and a vase tied with a yellow ribbon for the hope that all our missing will return someday.
This is just a little white table, but we dedicate it to all veterans, our heroes.
We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to all the American service members who died in battle or became prisoners of war. Nor can we fully express our gratitude to the over 1.4 million who were wounded in the line of duty. We can, however, recognize, honor, and thank the more than 25 million veterans still living today.
Today, it is our privilege and honor to say thank you to all our American veterans and let them know that we appreciate them for their service. We honor them and their families for their sacrifices.
Please enjoy the pictures of our veterans from within our Brookwood community. As you hear the melodies from the different branches of our armed forces, please stand if you have served in that branch. You are invited to sing along in this melody. We cannot afford to forget those who are willing to pay for it. Former President George H. Bush once said, "Memory is the first measure of gratitude. Those who are truly grateful do not forget the service that has been rendered for their sake."
We need to do our best to make ourselves worthy of our veterans' courage and sacrifice.
We need to live with the spirit by which our nation's veterans have so nobly served.
The spirit of courage, the spirit of honor, the spirit of America.